Gears of War is one of the most beloved third-person shooter franchises of all time. The original game helped define the genre for an entire generation while also being one of the first truly HD games to launch on consoles. Epic Games proved themselves to be innovators with this new trilogy of games, and even after the series was handed off to a new team, it remained rather popular. Gears 4 and Gears 5 weren't nearly as big as the original trilogy, but they were still decent successes for Microsoft, and Gears still remains one of the flagship franchises for the Xbox brand, alongside Halo and Forza. Now, if you're a Gears fan, chances are you've heard a thing or two about the heavily rumored Gears of War Remastered collection. I'll give a bit of a recap in a second, but if you were excited at the prospect of something like this, you are not going to want to miss this video because we have some massive news regarding it, so be sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for future leak and speculation videos. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the future of Gears of War and why old school fans should be very excited right now. So as a little recap, around early last year, we started hearing industry insiders that Microsoft was planning some kind of remastered collection for one of their OG IPs. With both Gears 6 and the new Fable game both in development, the debate quickly turned to one of those franchises until the industry insiders were kind of all suddenly in agreement that it was going to be Gears of War, which makes total sense. Gears is a very similar to the Halo franchise in its structure, in the same sense that it has a campaign, a multiplayer, and some kind of co-op mode or horde mode after the insane success of the Master Chief Collection. It does make total sense that Microsoft wants to try to replicate that success with Gears of War. Even though, let's be honest, the Master Chief Collection was kind of a mess, so hopefully they can improve it with the Gears of War Collection. In fact, the leaks were suggesting that the upcoming Gears of War Collection is basically just going to be the Master Chief Collection, but for Gears of War. The included games is unclear right now, but it seems confirmed that all three of the original games, including the remake of the first game, will be in the collection, while other games like Gears of War Judgment and Gears 4 and 5 are kind of still up in the air. But with Gears 6 coming out soon, it makes total sense for them to do an MCC style collection like this, which I think would be super awesome. Now, the Master Chief Collection was supposed to hype up the Halo community for Halo 5, while also serving up as a way to help the Halo community transition from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One and now the Xbox Series X. Obviously, it didn't work out at launch, but the concept was a good idea, and now that the MCC is working as intended, it's a fantastic game. Well, with Gears of War 6 currently in development for the Xbox Series X, why not try to replicate that formula for Gears of War? Why not put together a big Gears of War Remastered collection for the Xbox Series X and the PC, of course, as a way to get Gears fans on the hype train and buying new consoles in preparation for Gears of War 6. In my opinion, if done correctly, it's a slam dunk idea, and pretty much every industry insider was on board with it. So what happened? All of these summer Xbox conferences went by, and there was a strangely no mention of this game that seemingly everyone thought was real. Some of these same insiders who were hyping it up, pulling 180s and saying it didn't exist and it never really actually was going to happen. So was this just going to be a rumor that got out of hand? Was it a classic 4chan moment where some random person made a thread and the internet kind of just ran with it? I mean, the clock is ticking on when this thing could actually come out, because if it truly does exist, it would need to come out roughly a year before Gears 6 in order to sufficiently hype the community back up, right? That's exactly how the Master Chief Collection and Gears Ultimate Edition worked in the Xbox One days, and it's generally how most publishers handle remasters. If you're trying to revive a community, you give them a remastered game roughly a year before the franchise gets a new installment, and then with Gears 6 allegedly on the docket for 2023, the Gears Remastered Collection seemed more and more like a pipe dream. However, some new intel just came out on January 12th that may revive the dream and prove it was never just a pipe dream to begin with. Trusted insider Special Nick tweeted out recently that Gears Remastered Collection is 100% still happening, and he even called out a couple of the insiders who said it wasn't real, such as Jess Gordon and Randall Thor. Nick clarified in a later tweet that he can't say very much just yet because he's not allowed to, but the collection absolutely exists and is 100% happening. So what the heck happened? Why is Gears Remastered suddenly popping back up? Well, there's actually a couple of reasons. First of all, a new Gears card game just came out, and Microsoft is starting to push some in-game Gears of War merchandise for some online games, likely as a way to start easing people back into the IP. Gears 6 probably isn't coming out next year at all, because there's no way that Microsoft reveals Gears 6 and then launches it less than 12 months later. That's typically just not how things happen, especially for a franchise of this size. Rather, Gears 6 is likely going to be announced at E3 this year or some other Xbox conference with a 2024 release date. So what are we going to get in the meantime? I think you all kind of know where I'm going with this. As I mentioned before, back in 2015, Microsoft did a similar thing. They announced Gears of War 4 alongside a remake of Gears 1, which was called the Gears Ultimate Edition. They launched Gears Ultimate Edition just a few months later, while Gears 4 launched the following year. This was all done to get people to transition to the Xbox One, and it may be very well happening again right now. Gears 6 has gotten next to no development updates aside from simple confirmation that exists, so I seriously doubt that it's going to be 2023, but if it's in development and it's been in development, I think we can all bet on it releasing in sometime in 2024, especially since that would put it a whopping 5 years after the launch of Gears 5. However, a remastered collection that's been presumably been in development for quite some time could absolutely be dropping sometime this year as a way to prepare us. Now, personally, what I think happened here was that the Gears of War collection has been totally done and ready to go, just sitting on a shelf somewhere at Microsoft HQ, and they've been waiting to release it before Gears 6. However, with Gears of War 6 internally pushed back a couple times, according to insiders and just lack of official information, it's likely that Gears Remastered collection was also quietly pushed back, which is why we didn't hear anything about it anytime during the Xbox conferences last year. It's also very likely that with Starfield delays, Microsoft didn't want to bombard people with announcements since the game is likely going to be their big focus over the next 6 months or so. But once Starfield is out and about or is about to release, I can see Microsoft shifting focus on the next big franchise release, which will likely be Gears 6. Starfield comes out in the spring of 2023, allegedly, even though we think it's going to be pushed back to sometime in the second half of 2023. E3 rolls around in the summer. Microsoft announces both Gears Remastered and shows a trailer for Gears 6. And then Gears of War Remastered drops in late 2023 and Gears 6 drops a year later. You can call me a conspiracy theorist and you can call me a wishful thinker, but I frankly refuse to believe that a Gears of War Remastered collection does not exist. All of these signs have pointed to it, and with the insane comeback story of their Master Chief collection, why not give that kind of attention to Gears? I mean, with Halo on the bench, Xbox needs all the help that they can get right now, especially with shooter fans. Gears 6 has been in development for a few years now, but without any official confirmation of a release window, I'm guessing it won't come out in 2023. That means the schedule is wide open for a massive Gears comeback in the next 12 months. And with the recent announcement of the Gears card game and Microsoft quietly putting Gears themed cosmetics in other games, this could be the year that we've all been waiting for. A Gears Remastered collection is such an obvious slam dunk that just has to be real. And with the recent assurance from Special Nick that it's coming, I think Microsoft has a huge E3 announcement in store for Gears of War fans. And for that reason, I am super excited. Now, there's also the upcoming event with Microsoft doing actually a Microsoft Developer Direct that actually could be one of the best events for them to actually announce a remastered collection. Is taking place, like I said, at the end of the month. It's their first of many developer directs, and for that reason I'm super excited. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are, guys. Do you think we're going to get a remastered collection? Do you think it's going to happen? Are we going to get Gears of War 6 or this remastered collection this year? And furthermore, do you think Microsoft has what it takes to bring Gears of War back on the map with this remastered collection and Gears 6? Let me know in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to VGL with all of your notifications turned on. And until next time, guys, this has been Wes, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.